let's get this set up. Yeah, so welcome to the first of many in our brand new. This is my brand new setup. Yeah, so welcome to our first episode, first official episode. Honestly, I don't know what we're gonna be talking about. I really don't know what we're even gonna be doing. Sign here so I can see what's going on. I think this is my official. No. All right. So let's see how we're looking on here. Okay. So we already showed wrong. Let's see how we're looking on here. We already showed wrong. So let's get this back a little bit more. So let's get this back a little bit more. All right, back. Let's see how we looking now. I think we looking better. All right, back. Let's see how we looking now. Yeah, Michelle, I think we're looking better. Yeah, like I said, welcome to the pod. Welcome to our first official episode of the pod. On here, I don't really know what we're gonna be talking about. I don't know what direction we're gonna be taking this. I don't really know what we're gonna be talking about. But I am open to whatever suggestions anybody have. Like I said, this is our first official. I am open to whatever suggestions anybody have. Like I said, this is our first official. I am open to whatever suggestions anybody have. This is our first official. What's good? What's good? So this is gonna be our first official what's the name? Episode. Alright, so what I might do is might call a couple people in. Shots for what? Well, what did you have to get shots for? And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe too. If you're watching this, but what did you have to get a shot for? I guess you're not here. All right. The fuck? He said, You know what's crazy? I've never had sinuses. Like I've mm, sinuses or the switch in the weather, like all the pollen in the air. It never bothered me before, but I don't know if it's just me. But for the last 2 years, it's gotten like really bad. Like it got really bad. I don't know what's going on, but for the last 2 years, it's been really bad. So I don't know what's going on with that. There's definitely something going on with that. Or maybe I'm just getting old, but it's been really bad. I want to start doing TikTok live, but I'm just trying to come on here, get more comfortable being in front of the camera, and then I'm gonna go over there. And if you're watching, go ahead and subscribe or just interact with me. Let me know what's going on in your mind. Let me know what you want to talk about, and we can go from there. I'm new to the space, trying to get familiar with it.
This is one of the easiest hacks for better sleep. I finally upgraded my sleep game with a Nectar mattress. And let me tell you, this thing is amazing. And it showed up at my door with free shipping, which just makes it that much better. Hey man, don't finally like, yeah, yeah, we check them up, man. Daddy, get move on. Being down, never got too much. Up, down, pull it. Pocket full of girl, spring that fast. And then I not be on stress in class. When you see some of them up for me, I will be fast. Yeah, again, walk the one, talk the talk. Don't size up, talk the talk. Yeah, fuck around, wow, stand. Walk the one, talk the talk. Walk the one, talk the talk. Don't size up, talk the talk. Yeah, fuck around, wow, stand. Talk the talk.
Yep.
There's been accident on the road. On the other side is stopped. The whole road blocked off.
A word. And where's that? Wait, is that man?
Yo, you
I was. I am. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is I'm new and I'm trying to see. Huh?
You sound new.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my.
There's an accident on the road and the highway is blocked off. Thank God I'm not on that side.
Hmm. Wait, am I still live? Let me see if this shit's still live. Oh, the phone might be dead.
Are you going live with the Charlie phone?
Yeah, I am. Cause you know what happened? I'm watching myself on the on my thing, but I guess because I'm on FaceTime, it froze.
Oh, on your computer?
Yeah. I guess because we're on FaceTime. All right. Well, huh? 'Cause, you know, what happened? I'm watching myself on the. On my thing, but I guess because I'm on FaceTime. Yeah. I guess because we're on FaceTime. All right. Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, all right. All right. Well, all right. All right. Well, 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 all right. All right, so I'm live. Do you have any topics you want to talk about? I was gonna call Stefan right next because I know Cuz might have things that you wanna speak on too when you at work. All right, how far are you?
I'm telling you.
All right, cool.
As I yell in 149 stress, DOA, buy more place, no HOA, no them no 100, but still kill for them. Sound like worrying about them innocent. Yeah, we cut it every day, you keep up your strength. Just turn up, no wait, can't follow out for the difference. Yeah, I'm saying, back no one, back the down, down size up, back with that. Yeah, I'm fucking around, why was that? Back the one, back the down, back the one, back the down.
Yeah, I was just about to say, send me his number.
Yeah, fuck around, why was
You
that?
didn't add it?
Oh yeah, add him up because he'll know it's you.
Your email show up, see you know it's you too.
Yeah, add him up and see. All right, so welcome back to y'all, man. So right now we're trying to find somebody to. All right, so welcome back to y'all, man. So right now we're trying to find some content, something to speak about, something to talk about. I can tell this shit. Yeah, I just want to be able to see myself on this one. That's good money. Are you not in the big up?
No.
Oh, you might be busy.
Should have been on for this highway.
Let's see what's going on. First of all, I want to shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to sponsors. Q&A Autos LLC out of Georgia. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Maxwell Used Autos LLC. Shout out to y'all too. Shout out to ANA.
Yeah, the mic's up, Mike. That sounds good.
Yeah. So shout out to all the sponsors, man. Shout out to everybody.
There's a sponsor.
God, we got sponsors really. Who else we got to shout out? Yeah. Shout out Jay's Kitchen. Shout out Daddy's Kitchen. Yeah, man. Shout out all the sponsors, man. We really appreciate y'all. Trying to get used to doing this really early because it's gonna be like this really soon. Remember, this is gonna be the video. Speak this shit into existence. This is it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Just need to get comfortable in front of the camera, and that's what we're working on right now. Have to get comfortable like doing interviews because that's what I want to do on here too. Yeah, that's it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up the news and see what's going on in the news and talk.
That's what I was gonna say. You can watch some video. Like I normally be watching your videos and then speak on it.
Yeah, I think I don't want to do political shit because I'm too.
Damn. Only me. I used to watching them videos this in my spare time.
Okay.
Conversation type shit. Damn weird ass shit to be watching sometimes.
Oh, the UFO. Oh, me or you?
You can pick questions out of that to talk about, not to exchange details about you.
What are you talking about? Like, what kind of videos? Like the UFO shit? This is the thing. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Charlemagne, right? But he be saying some wild shit.
Yeah.
And it's like he be saying the gayest shit. And he don't be saying, and when I say the gayest shit, I don't care about nothing. But I'm just saying, he be saying wild shit. Well, hold on. That was more than straight face. Damn.
There's fucking fire truck, ambulance, tow truck, trying to just get around to get there because the traffic is backed up. Like,
Yeah, that's New York for you.
they drive
But
too crazy.
but hold on, back to Charlemagne real quick though, right? You would be listening to I think his podcast, the one with him and Schultz, is called Brilliant Idiots, right? You'll be in the car listening to these niggas for like for 20 minutes, right? That's the name of it, Brilliant Idiots, right? And then
Why they call it that?
because it's up to you to if you want nigga, they say they brilliant idiots. They be having like brilliant points. It's up to you if you want to believe it or not. But when you watch him, right? You'll be in the car and then it's like they wait for somebody else to come in the car, and then he'll just say some wild shit. So now you gotta explain to the person that just came in the car, like, I haven't been listening to, like, this is not the whole, like, he says, you know what I'm saying? You listening to, but that's like he'll be talking about politics.
You don't always talk
Bro,
like that, but
Charlemagne, yeah, he would be talking about politics, and then 5 minutes into talking about his politics, he talking about some next shit. And then somebody just happened to come in the car, and then you hear this nigga saying some wild shit. Now this person looking at you like, this is what you've been sitting in here listening to? So now you gotta explain to them, it's like, no, this is not what he was talking about the whole time. Yeah, that shit just never work out. But he be saying, Eva. But I honestly, what I mess with him about though, and I've always said this, at one point in time, the type of like interviews he did was got you. Like he wanted people to say something for him to get the headline. Oh. And at that time, I genuinely didn't like him.
He used to be the one that saying the donkey of the day.
Now he still does that, but I'm just saying, like back then, like he used to say wild shit to everybody. I think because he came up under Wendy Williams, like that's the type of yeah, they just try to say things to get a reaction. And then after, like, you could tell when he started talking about, like, him going to therapy and shit like that, you see that, like, his whole, everything about him, like, changed. And then I was like, I fuck with this thing. But then again, he still be saying some wild shit. But, to each their own, but that ain't my problem. Ain't nothing to do with me, bro. See? Just got a good topic. I actually like that topic. Arsenal won the Champions League today. The other day, I think yesterday.
Oh shit. Who?
A football team, soccer. They won the Champions League.
Where was the game, man?
So it was in England. That's the thing. I've never been like somebody. I could have, but no, I couldn't.
England?
Yeah, I could, but nah. You know where I want to visit? I want to go to Africa. I definitely want to do. I want to do Africa. I want to definitely do Africa. That's where I really want to visit. Yeah.
Yes. Africa would be a nice trip, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be like.
Yes. It's cold. It was hot as fuck today, and now.
Are you back on your side?
Yeah, I stopped to fill the back of gas. What happened?
Just double checking. Alright, just call me when it gets in then. Call me back when you get in.
Um,
All right.
So game one was an instant classic. What awaits us in game two? Welcome inside the Paycom Center. Thunder trying to even the best of seven. Western Conference Finals at a game apiece. Good evening. On my record, game two of the West Finals underway. Same with SGA. We've worked struggle game one. To a good start in game two. That's how it's locked the Holmgren inside. Sees Wemby, doesn't go to the goal. Rocket 5. SGA contested shot. Back it down. That was a tough bucket there. Not only did we have the kind of shoot over Wemby, nice response. So get the ball up quickly. Plus there's Vassell was wide. Williams. After missing 6 games, he's with 25 shots and played 37 minutes in game one. Wemby the screen, Wemby the three. Knocks it down. Well, Henry Hartenstein who's guarding him on the other end. Lucas Alexander works the space. Gets going early. SGA comes the field goal. What he's going to have to do now, allow the Spurs to settle in. Harper and Jordan Guido and Harper, who has had so many different, unique finishes right at the rim. And did so well in game one. Hartenstein goes to play. He's to several goals. Pocket 8. Jalen Williams.
Yeah, it's gonna be Spurs and Knicks in the final. Knicks taking it home.
Lucas Alexander finds Jordan. Attacks. And Williams for three. From Ball get that three there. Arquette cements the highest of
the gas cap would be on this. They stop to open the gas tank.
Huh?
You know what the button would be on this?
It'll be the same where you remember where the one on the one out the Rogue is outside, right under the steering.
And that's what I'm looking at. I don't.
It's gonna be like where the hood thing is. And if you then just open the car itself and push the gas thing.
I did, and I now work like that.
Let me see. Hold on. Answer the video. Let me see.
I don't see it on here.
Let me see the
Or
door.
on the door. I tried checking the door, but I know it.
I look underneath
It wouldn't have that one right there, but that's for the truck. On.
What about under
It's
the?
not really on
And you press
And
open.
it's not on the ground right here either.
Open the door, right, and then push it. You press the open for the door.
The door open. The door open.
And then when you push it, what happens?
It's not open.
What about the other side?
What's the other side? What's the other side?
It has to be there then. Let me, because I can barely see anything.
I don't see it. I guess I have to wake her up. I don't want to wake her up. I don't call her.
How far are you? Okay, good thing.
No, I'm right here. I'm on Farmers and Merritt. Farmers and the Conduit. I just BP.
I the business then.
Huh?
It's a car then.
Everything but the top 3 scoring threats for Oklahoma City. Not low of 4 right now as Castle gets to the elbow and extends the lead to 4. No SBA, no Holmgren. No Wemby when he likes to attack. Inside drive. Sees 2. Scores for it anyway. Great possession by Williams who secured the board.
Taylor Johnson playing Twister right there. Finally got a shot up.
And the corner.
What a start for Lou Dort. In game 1, only got 1-3, but tonight, wow.
All right, so Back to y'all. Trying to think. I guess I might have to come up with questions throughout the day. Try to do this like once a week. And she don't want it to be political, but God damn, like majority of the things I watch is like politically based. Like I wish what I would want is it's about to the contents. Yeah, like I was saying, I wanna NBA has 24,000 subscribers. I don't know what to really talk about on here. I don't know. Maybe cars. That's an interest of mine. I think I was saying, like, I like seeing people debate. Especially like really smart people or people that claim to be smart. Because it's crazy how these college educated, I'm not even gonna pick a race, like people, they always act like they know they always come and act like the fact that they went to school, the fact that they went to college, like that makes them like superior to other people. And a lot of times they don't know shit. Yeah. Cause I like watching like them debate. And it's like I like watching even when let's talk about President Trump, right? Like even when Trump is wrong, like he doesn't want to admit that he's wrong. But like the politicians that we vote for, like I can understand like why he doesn't want it. Like it's like a power play. But like the politicians that like we vote to put into office, like they can't even say he's wrong either. And that's really scary. I don't know if it's scary or what, but it's just like really weird. Yeah, that part I find really weird. And what I also find like I've been learning, like let's say my homie wants to go into politics. And I want him to go into politics because I have interests that I want him to fulfill when he gets into office. Like I'm gonna throw money at him because I know when he gets into office, more than likely he's gonna pass bills or that I'm gonna get my money back. So it's crazy to see that these donors, like now to understand like that these donors, like they throw millions of dollars on these politicians. And then when these politicians go into office, the people, like our needs, like our, I don't think our needs are at their like the forefront for them. I think the donors, they got them into, because they look at it like not our votes are not what got them into these positions. I think they look at it as if the money that they got from their donors gets them in the position that they are in. And a lot of times their allegiance, I might be wrong, but I think a lot of times like their allegiance is to these donors. And I'm using street logic for that. And so it might be wrong. It's like me, I give my homie some bread, he gets into office, I'm like, yo, that money I sent you, what can you do? And he said, yo, I'm gonna pass this bill, and in this bill, you know what I'm saying? And then I can get my bread back. I think that's how politicians do it too. Yeah, I think what happens, like I can be wrong again, but I think what happens is like these donors or these lobbyists come to Washington because they have their agenda, and they back these politicians to go into power. And then when these politicians get into power, when these politicians get voted in by us, their first priority is to make sure that the people, which should be us, but a lot of times I don't think it's us. I think it's the donors that got them these positions. They make sure that they're straight. And I think that's wrong. I don't think that it should be like that. And again, I may be wrong. I don't know how many times. Disclaimer, like I may be wrong, but yeah, I think that's how this like country is ran. And I think that's not how the country should be ran. And I don't think that's how like our forefathers or wanted this to be ran. Like even all the redistricting going on. And I heard like I was watching, what's the name of this guy? I was watching a debate on what's this guy's name? I literally watch this shit. I watch a lot of his debates. What's his name? He's from England. I was literally watching him today. Piers Morgan, that's his name. Yeah, there we go. Last name is Morgan. All I had to do was Piers Morgan. And I was watching I was watching an interview on there. It's completely forgot what I was talking about. So more likely I'll be back on that topic in a minute. Yeah, that?
Another house.
All right.
No other house. Like, that's it.
You figured it out?
No, I didn't find it, so I left.
Okay.
I'm like, do you want money? So she put it in the morning.
That makes sense. You let Tiffany know you got in?
Huh? No. change the paintings around.
Yeah, me too.
You doing with the light?
No, I'm on here still. I'm still on here. I'm looking up content. Some stuff to talk about. It was like the guy that told the other guy that he was gonna get a firearm. You waiting on somebody. Like Jamaica Avenue?
Something, right? And the capital one day,
Hmm.
the whole of it was full of water. That's all they do.
All right. So this is our end of our first episode. Like, share, subscribe if you find the content interesting. I'm gonna make this one public. I usually make them private, and I'm out. Hmm?